What's up everybody, welcome back to another build video. Guys, I cannot wait to show you what I have created here. This build is one of the most advanced builds I have done in this game. It is truly remarkable. You know a build is good when you see at the intro Shahala get humiliated. I cannot express enough how much I hate this guy, and to be honest, this was one of the most satisfying Shahala kills I have ever done. And it's not only Shahala, Cancer, Venom and many bosses in this run got completely destroyed. Take a look at this. How beautiful is that to watch, guys. I really hope you don't miss the boss fights because all of them were just perfect. I also hope you don't miss the build breakdown because, guys, this build is super advanced even for the veterans of this game. Every single detail matters and it's fully explained in the build breakdown. Guys, if you miss or skip parts of the build breakdown, I promise you the build will not work as it should. Not only will we have 80% damage reduction and insane amount of effective health, we also do over 3.5k damage with every single shot from our deceit, and that's thanks to all the details I was talking about before. I hope you are satisfied with what you are watching in the background. Trust me, the rest boss fights are even more interesting, especially Cancer. I just loved it. Look at this in the background, this guy cannot touch us, he cannot do enough damage to kill us, and we even jumped in his orb. Well, I was hoping for him to kill me so I can demonstrate that you can revive, but that didn't even happen. Guys, this build is sick, I can't wait to show you the other boss fights, but first we need a build analysis so you can understand how everything works. Okay you guys, this build has so many details, guys, I have to be analytical with this one, otherwise you will not understand how everything works. First, we're gonna cover how much total DR we have. At the moment, we have 75%, and if we activate the Stone Mist, we will get up to 85%, which is 5% more than we need, but it's also very nice to use this skill because you also have reduced stagger, and that will help you keep shooting your gun and do your combo without interruptions from the boss or any type of damage around you, unless it's a heavy stagger damage. Elixir of Life is also an amazing skill for this build. 75% total DR is completely fine. This way you will have another chance to live and also help your teammates if you are playing co-op. For the Hunter skill, you can use whatever skill you prefer. We are not taking advantage of the prime perk of the Hunter. We are using it as a secondary so we can have that 40% damage increase, so we can hit those double 1700 shots with our deceit, and if you do the quick maths, that's 3.4k damage per shot on a full tank build. Guys, that's crazy. Now where comes the rest of the total DR? We are using Leto Mark 1 full set. Hardcore Metal Band in combination with Atonement Fold will give us 5 stacks of Bulwark, which is 25% damage reduction. We are also using Barksing for another 10% damage reduction. We also use Bark Extract Concoction, which will give us 30 armor, and with the help of Fortify, our total armor is 316. Now that's how you get to 75% without using any skills. If you thought of it, you are smart. How are you not flopping with this armor? For that we are using 7 points to strong back, and since we are playing Alchemist, we can have another concoction which you might forgot about. It's called Strong Drink. This will reduce our encumbrance by 10. In addition, Alchemist is mandatory for this build to use many concoctions, as you saw that it's very important to do so. We also use 2 of the best other concoctions, which is Dark Cider and Mudtooth Tonic. Also guys, hear this out. If you inspect Dark Cider, you will see this logo right here. This logo is from another game that Gunfire Studios have made, which is called Dark Ciders. It has many sequels and it's truly amazing. I have played every single one of them and I definitely recommend them. This video is not sponsored by them, this is just my true opinion. Dark Ciders logo, Dark Cider, get it? In addition to all this tankiness, we also use the Shin Shot Special Shielded Heart. Guys, this relic is OP, period. Now we are a true behemoth. We covered all the tanky parts of this build, but where does all this damage come from? How can we achieve 150% damage increase for our deceit? Well, that's very simple. 25% from the Alchemist, 25% from the neckbone necklace in combination with the atonement vault, which is a key component for this build because it's combining two amazing build components to work in perfect harmony. Another 30% from Zania's Malice, another 40% from the Hunter's perk, and if we also count the 15% weak spot damage increase from our relic in combination with the Tainted Blade, which we activate every time we use our mod on our deceit, we make the enemies corroded for extra 10% damage. We will get up to 175% damage increase for the deceit. On our deceit we are using the supercharger, which will give us 15% critical chance, which is very important for this build, and also decrease our charge speed for the deceit, which is also very important, so you have time to make all the hits count as weak spot damage because of the Ouroboros mod that the deceit comes with. And how we are making this mod to loop and always have it active, we are using the amazing Fairing Sigil for that. Critical and weak spot hits generate 10% additional mod power, and since we are always hitting weak spot damage with the deceit mod, we are always activating this ring, and if we are not, critical chance will do the trick as well. Guys, hear this out, this is very important. After you activate the deceit mode, you need to throw a melee. So for that reason we are using the Ward's Edge, and we will complement the build with 10% extra damage because enemies hit by the Ward's Edge at the same time that you are throwing your deceit mode will be corroded, and corroded enemies take 10% extra damage. And on top of that we're gonna use Corrupted Rune Pistol, which will add another 10% to our damage, and guys, this is truly amazing. Everything works so nice. I believe I outdid myself this time. Guys, if for some reason you don't like deceit, first of all you are sick, and secondly you can change the Zania's Malice for Dried Clay Ring. Increase all damage by 60% of the total damage reduction granted by Bulwark. This is approximately 15%. On our relic we are using 10% range crit chance, 20% range crit damage, and as mentioned 15% weak spot damage, since deceit does weak spot damage with the mod active. And right here you can see the traits. We already covered Barkskin, is very important, Strong Back as well. Regrowth is also very important to get it up to 1.2 so you can counteract with Atonement Vault so you don't die from the bleed. Fortify is mandatory, of course, we covered that with the armor before. Ammo reserves because, truth to be told, this seed is a little bit ammo hungry. Spirit to have our mods ready every time with combination with Fairing Sigil. Siphoner for the sustain. Fitness to reposition yourself easier in the battlefield. And the rest 3 traits I go with expertise. I believe I covered every single part of this build firmly. I hope you guys all understand and also realize how powerful this build really is. I cannot explain, but I can show you. Now let's destroy all the apocalypse bosses that I had in my run. That's all from me, everybody. I will bother you no longer. Subscribe and like the video, hit that bell so you can be the first to watch my next upload. Enjoy these amazing boss fights. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay chaotic.